Hello to all our audience. We welcome you to another program of Kabbalah for beginners. This time on a very important topic to our existence, to our connection. It defines everything that we do, our connection between us, from the level in this world to the very highest of spiritual levels. This term we call the arvoot, the bond or the mutual guarantee. Before we read the first passage, I want to invite you, send us questions through the internet. Our internet stand here will read them aloud. Please do this through kab.tv. Let's read the first passage from the article called the arvoot by Bala Sulam. This is to speak of the arvoot, when all of Israel became responsible for one another, because the Torah was not given to them before each and every one from Israel was asked if he agreed to take upon himself the mitzvah of loving others in the full measure, expressed in the words, "Love thy friend as thyself." It means that each and every one in Israel would take it upon himself to care and work for each member of the nation and to satisfy all their every needs, no less than the measure imprinted in him to take care for his own needs. And once the whole nation unanimously agreed and said, "We shall do and we shall hear," each member of Israel became responsible that nothing shall be missing from any other member of the nation. Only then did they become worthy of receiving the Torah, and not before.
It's a very difficult term or idea. Where does it come from? We have to go to the root and see what happens there with respect to arvoot. The arvoot is a result of there being two parts to reality, creator and creature, and they're distant from one another because the creator is the power that exists in reality to begin with, existence from existence, and the creature is existence from absent, outside of the degree, outside of the creator. Here we have the reality of the creator, here we have the creature, and the distance between them is infinite. This is the creator and this is the creature. And in such a reality, there's no point in talking about anything. This exists from this is existing from absence. This is existing from existing, and this is existing from absence. The purpose of the Creator is to bring the creature to the same state of the Creator, because that's the most perfect state. And what do you have to do for that? You have to make a connection so that the creature will be able to so that the Creator will be able to bring the creature to the same state as himself, meaning that the Creator will have to give his nature over to the creature, and also the other way around. And now, from two, we already have four. Maybe it reminds you of the four phases of direct light. That's how it is. The creature, in order to achieve the Creator, has to consist of two parts: himself and the part of the Creator in him. It's called this part inside the creature is called the soul, and the part of himself is called guf, body, and the part of the Creator which is included in the creature is called man, and this is the part of the Creator which is considered to be the Creator himself. And then the Creator, which feels the creature because he has a part of the creature called man, influences the creature and brings him to his own level, to the degree of the Creator. So here we see that there must be an incorporation of things, one in the other, and only this way can they understand this, sense it, start doing something. In our world, In order for us to understand who the Creator is, where is my part inside Him and where is His part inside me, where through these mutual parts I can feel Him. I don't feel Him, I feel my part inside Him. And He doesn't feel me, but feels His part inside me, the soul. In order for us to have such an incorporation, but in order for us to reach this incorporation ourselves, thus we are in our world disconnected from each other. Many parts of the general soul, the Creator has given all of us a part of Himself. This is called a part of divinity from above existing in each and every one, the spiritual point in us. And we have to achieve incorporation, once again to connect between ourselves, so that all of us will connect all these points, each one and all the others, and everyone together, into one great big point. If we connect this way to the general incorporation, then by this we are also incorporated with the Creator. That's how it is. Immediately we're in Him. And this incorporation is called the arvoot. Meaning that in order to reach each and every one of us, or in order for each and every one of us to reach a point of contact with the Creator, we're given an exercise to incorporate in the friend, he inside me, I inside him, and if we can incorporate this way, then it means that each one of us separately and both of us together can be incorporated in the Creator. If the Creator Himself, with the Creator Himself directly, I cannot incorporate, because I always cancel myself before Him. But towards the friend, I and the friend, we can do that. We can be incorporated in each other and then reach a state which is called the arvoot. What does arvoot mean? That a part of me, that I'm entirely inside him and he's entirely inside me. Thus, that everything that I have, anything that exists in me, I can pass on to him, and everything that exists in him, he passes on to me. And I refer to my part and his part inside me equally, and he refers the same way to these two parts in him equally. Then we become equals. When those two same parts, when they are equal, those parts in me and in him, this way we're equal. There's nothing that separates between us, and there's nothing which is not similar in him and in me. And thus, if we all connect together, then turns out that in each one there are the parts of all the others, and there's no difference in no one towards the others, because each one is included of all those parts. The only difference is that none loses his personality, is that each one has his own fundamental point and is included of all the others. His point is the point of difference between him and others. And this point is extremely important and nonetheless remains distinct, because we keep, throughout all the incorporations, we keep the uniqueness of each and every one above all this. It gives us the beauty of the connection. We can talk about this a lot, about the whole matter of incorporation. Incorporation, it's simply a matter of feeling. If I'm not included with something, then I don't feel it. I can feel something only on condition that it also exists inside me. Say like with a computer. If I see something, then it's already on my computer. If I feel something, I already possess it. I can't feel something outside me. Thus, incorporation is the essential means in order to feel everything, anything, even myself. Were I not built this way to begin with from nature, where all of my parts are included in this mechanism inside me, I couldn't have felt reality. Thus, if we want to go out and feel something outside us, then we must first incorporate with this phenomena for it to exist inside us. This is the teaching, this is the greatness of man. The extent to which he is included of his experience, external matters, there are none as wise as the experienced, means that one includes inside him all the different events in life, phenomena, and then correspondingly can identify them. Thus, if we want to feel divinity, we have to be incorporated in him. And to be incorporated with him is something that we can do only on condition that we're included with all the rest of the souls. Because I can't incorporate with the Creator himself, he's opposite to me. But if I'm included with everyone, then in them I reveal him. This principle is a principle which is already rooted in Malchut Ein Sof and the four phases of direct light. The principle of incorporation. Through the incorporation came out the attribute of Shoresh, then Bchina Aleph, where both parts are already included. In every Sphira, every Partzuf, every spiritual structure, we have incorporations of the upper and the lower. Afterwards, these incorporations, they achieve a state where there's the incorporation of the Sphirot from above down and in width. Afterwards, we have the dressing of the Partzufim, such an incorporation where they're dressed one inside the other. We dress one over the other. There is the incorporation of all the Keter, Chokhmah, Binah, and so on, all of them one inside the other. The incorporation of Galgalta and Anayim and Achap, one inside the other. In short, everything is built on incorporation. It's a word that we use, the word itkalelut, incorporation, instead of the word arvoot, mutual guarantee. Mutual guarantee, arvoot, is as if a human word, and incorporation, itkalelut, is a term that we use in the wisdom of Kabbalah. Abraham, our patriarch, as he started building the group, the society that later on became a nation, the people of Israel, he also began with incorporation. Love another as thyself. What does that mean? That I like everything that you have and you like everything that I have. I'm entirely included in you and you're entirely included in me. And this means that we're included in each other. This means love. Meaning, what do we call love? Limitless incorporation in each other. It's a condition for the spiritual connection, for the revelation of the Creator. The condition in order to do this is the itkalelut, the incorporation, the mutual guarantee. And the intensity of the itkalelut, the degree of the arvoot, it determines our degree. The extent to which we climb the rungs of the ladder. Thus, the arvoot has to be ever greater between us. Upon what? Upon that very egoistic desire that constantly grows, that constantly inflates inside us, and then we, upon the extent of the ego that wants to separate between us, upon upon it, above it. We connect and wish to include everyone into that. And this is also what we learn from perception of reality, where it seems to me where all the reality that seems to me as existing outside me actually exists inside me. A person is a small world. He includes the entire world inside him. So all that I have to do is the incorporation of the entire reality inside me, and by this I exclude the lie, as if everything's outside me, and find that it's all inside me. And also this through the arvoot. What does it mean? That I accept the others the same way I accept myself, where there's no difference between the parts which seem to me outside of me because of my ego and the parts that I feel inside. So it turns out that the arvoot is a fundamental condition in order to start the spiritual process, the spiritual correction, the spiritual ascension for the creature. And thus, when we open the Kabbalah books and we see and we read about what happened to the people of Israel, say the Exodus from Egypt and so on, the preliminary condition in order to enter the arvoot is as one man and one heart. Beneath the mountain for the time being, you're inside your ego, this ego that there's reciprocal hatred in that ego. Everyone hates everyone, but nonetheless you have to accept that arvoot. You have to sign that you're prepared to go for it. You can't? Never mind. You'll never be capable of doing it. The light will do it. As it says that the Creator shall complete the work. But I'm obliged to accept this condition as something, as my own necessity, as a condition for spiritual life. I acknowledge it, sign that you know, that's it. And know means that in each and every appeal you understand that if things go wrong and you do not succeed in spirituality, it's because you did not keep the law of the arvoot. And this was the condition that had to be accepted during the reception of the Torah. And you cannot be influenced by the corrections by the reflected light if you are not incorporated with the others, if you're not in mutual guarantee. The Creator, He's the guarantor. He's the one that puts down the payment. He stands behind you, but you have to sign that you want it to happen, and then you get the reforming light. Thus, the arvoot, the mutual guarantee. Let's read again. What does he say? Maybe now we'll see it a bit differently.
This is the matter of the arvoot, that all of Israel have become bonded one to the other, because the Torah was not given to them before each and every individual of Israel was asked if he agrees to accept upon himself the mitzvah of loving others in the full measure, expressed in the words, love thy neighbor as thyself, meaning to this entire extent. This means that each and every one in Israel would take it upon himself to care and work for each member of the nation and to satisfy all their every needs, no less than the measure imprinted in him to care for his own needs. And after this, the entire nation agreed, one mouth and one heart, we shall do and we shall hear, being that each and every one of Israel has become bonded to one another, and this that nothing shall lack to any one of them in the nation, and then they are worthy for reception of the Torah, and not before.
Of course, we're not providers of that which each one of us would like to receive himself. None of us can give that to the other. Of course, none of us have anything to give to the others. Like the example given to us with those that flee Egypt. What does it mean that each one is a guarantor for the friend not to be lacking anything? You're a guarantor in what? you come to sign at the bank instead of someone, you're being asked, okay, show me how much you make, who are you, what are you, show me an idea, your ID. You have to show that you have the power to sign instead of him. And if we look at the literal meaning of the story, who had any power back then, who could sign at all that he can be instead of someone, and who could sign that the very next moment he will not become confused and escape? We're serious people, and we understand that no one can be sure of himself. Even though now I'm capable and I want, each one of us, the next moment, anything can happen. And usually that's how it is. So, on account of what? Are we demanded to be in the beginning of our way, so certain and everything? It's not serious. It means that, first of all, how does the Creator refer to us? What? He doesn't understand our nature. He does. Only what? You have to reach a decision, a group decision, that very same moment. If you agree for a single moment, the next moment doesn't matter. It's not taken into consideration. The next moment you'll commit the sin of the golden calf and so on. But in that very moment, if you're ready and you grab hold of that thing, that's it. That's the main thing in spirituality. To achieve this one short point of contact. And later what? Later comes the illumination and starts working. And this illumination, it works and brings us into the degree of the arvoot. Yes. We have plenty of questions on the net from Israel and from all over the world, especially about the incorporation you explained earlier. Aaron from Ramat Gan is asking, do I have to incorporate with humanity or with the Creator? I have to incorporate with the members of the group. I was not given an entire world to get confused in, but it was made much easier for me. I was given a group, a relatively small group, which I can perceive in feeling, even in name, to imagine this thing somehow, not something blurry, vague, and limitless, but I know them. I know them, and they know me, and we talk, and we learn, and we eat together, sing together, we're doing different things, and we already understand that we have no choice, we have to do something about ourselves. And then inside them, I commit the arvoot, as it says in Matan Torah, at the revelation of His godliness. It's merely a small group that achieves realization. And it's not the whole world, and it's not simply so the still vegetative inanimate, but you're being brought to a group, and there you have to keep it.
We have a question actually here from Kibbutz Nir Galim in northern Israel. They're asking, is arvoot only between men, or is it with respect to all the souls unrelated to men or women?
No. The arvoot is amongst men. Amongst men. It also says so in Matan Torah. Those that have to correct themselves by incorporation, in loving another as thyself, in achieving the arvoot, achieving the masach, the screen. It's called gevel, from the word lid gabil, to overcome. They're the ones who have to achieve the arvoot, the men, and the women help with their deficiency in order for them to achieve it.
We have a question from Washington. They're asking, how can a person who's 100% egoistical even come to a state that he wants to perform this thing called arvoot?
It's true that I'm 100% egoistic. It's my nature. And obviously that's how I am. But along with it, I want to transcend this nature into the next nature, into the nature of the Creator, to let go of the nature of the creature, and to transcend into the Creator's nature. Thus, as a preliminary condition for the reception of the nature of the Creator, I have to sign this mutual guarantee agreement. It means that I want to be able to feel others as a result of performing exercise towards others. As much as I can incorporate with others, it means, or it explains the extent to which I can incorporate with the Creator. That's it? Yes.
We have another question here from Kfar Saba, in the middle of Israel. The question is, what is the meaning of we shall do and we shall hear? Why first acting and then listening?
This is a very good condition that is working in our favor, because we don't have the power, we don't have the attribute for it, we don't have the understanding or knowledge, we have no idea in advance what's going to happen, we have no ability to know the next degree if I'm on the lower degree. Imagine I am in a certain state and I have to ascend to the next degree. Here it's degree number 1 and this is degree number 2. Tell me please, here it's my current nature, nature number 1, and this is nature number 2. And look at the difference. Say it's vegetative, animate, whatever. Say it's animate, and this is nature called man. Say if you were like a cat or a dog or a bug or whatever, how could you feel what man's life means? Family, children, technology, religion, philosophy, different things. How could you reveal that? Could you have revealed it? You don't even feel what the living is. I can see on you. Means that we have no ability. I'm telling you, we have no ability to reach any kind of feeling, description of what the next degree means. A dog or a cat, they look at you, say you're their owner. They look at you, you can see in their eyes that they don't understand what you want. You ever looked into their eyes? Yes, very good. Fish in the water. Fish, it's even better. To which extent do they understand your way of living? Can they understand? That's more conspicuous. For sure they can't. So here, you're told that you have to cross into a nature which you don't have. It's not that we're in the same world. Even you and fish, we have something common. They feel heat, cold, noise, colors, phenomena, even life and death on the living degree. Here you're being told to ascend to a degree to which you have no connection whatsoever. Here it's simply non-existent, disconnected. No possibility to be in touch with it. What will you do? Thus you were told, you start incorporating here on this level with other people. Incorporation, for you to be incorporated. And this incorporation, or the arvoot, the mutual guarantee, it will give you some kind of a need to truly achieve connection, a deficiency. This deficiency will bring you to man, to prayer, to request. The prayer and the request inside the group and in the learning will bring you to contact with something which will send you The power of the arvoot, the power of the light, the power of connection. When you'll have that power of connection inside, when you'll have that, the connection is already the attribute of the Creator. Inside it, you will feel the Creator. Inside you, inside yourself. Well,
so I think I'll sharpen Amit's question from Kfar Saba. What is the doing here and what is the hearing?
Everything is due. Here, all this, the entire ladder, the whole series of actions are called nase, do. It's all do. These are things that I do. How do I do it? Like a parrot. Like a monkey. Really, I have no idea what and how. Like a kid that looks at you and does precisely what you do. The most foolish action. Sees, does. I look at my grandchild. When you ask him, what did you do? Then if he does something, then he answers, what did you do? He doesn't understand the meaning of the words, but he automatically learns, and that's how it is with everything. So, there is do, things we have to do in order to try and bond, and then we shall hear. Then we deserve to hear. The power of hearing, the power of the degree of binah, the power of connection. Yes.
We have a question here from Israel. We have Plonter here. It said here that Torah was not given before I agree to it. So how can I agree without the light changing me?
No, you were already given the point in the heart. I'm sorry. This first degree on which you are, it's a non-simple degree. It's not the degree of beast, it's the degree of, of the beginning of man. Therefore I wrote here 1 and not 0. The degree number 0 is something else. 0 is when you don't think about anything. You're like a cat, dog, monkey. On degree number 1, you're already despaired of this world. You're already in despair. You're despaired of this world. You're in depression, emptiness, and so on the one hand. And on the other hand, along with it, you have the point in the heart that draws you upwards. You are already in some kind of split that's churning you somewhere, and you're also being brought to the group, to the study, meaning that you're given conditions in a condition in order to develop. And inside that state, inside that situation, you have to achieve arvoot, where you're ready. You say, I'll do. If it depends on me, I'm ready. And you're not demanded to do any more than that. If you say that I am ready to do whatever depends on me, and if you get organized with the rest of the friends collectively that way, you agree this way, then upon you comes down the degree of lishma. The influence of the light brings down upon you the very first degree, which is called lishma.
Terence from Paris, France, is asking, is arvoot something I do in my mind?
Yes. Relatively, it's something very brainy. I see and feel, and along with deciding, I see that there's no choice. In Kabbalah, mind and heart, feeling and the mind, they go in parallel, and I have to see both of them. It's not that I go with my eyes shut, only with my feelings, and I'm all excited. No. I have to also go with my mind and examine my feelings. Of course, we're feeling beings. It's the will to receive. It's a feeling desire. It's a desire. But it is always together with the brain which serves it.
We're being asked by Elmaz from Turkey and Andre from Chile, is the arvoot going to finally reach the whole world?
Of course, Bala Sulam writes, maybe even we have that quote here, the Israeli nation was given as a gateway. Read it, please.
The Israeli nation had been constructed as a sort of gateway by which the sparks of purity would shine upon the whole of the human race the world over. And these sparks multiply daily like one who gives to the treasurer until they are filled sufficiently. That is, until they develop to such an extent that they can understand the pleasantness and tranquility that are found in the kernel of love of others. For then, they will know how to shift the balance to the right, and will place themselves under his burden, and the scale of sin will be eradicated from the world.
Means that everyone has to reach that state. We're only the first, because we were already on the degree of the arvoot. We were organized as a spiritual nation, as a group that Abraham has organized. He built it out of the Babylonians, the simple people we were. We've connected above the ego in condition of love another as thyself. By this we became a nation, and the condition of the arvoot was the preliminary condition. After we accepted the condition of the arvoot, and we received the light, which is called we received the Kabbalah, which is called the reforming light. That day you became a nation. Say, today, like you can see here, on the land of Israel, we're not a nation according to the definition of the wisdom of Kabbalah. And not even according to the definition of Kabbalah. We're not a nation. They're the nations of the world. There are the nations of the world, but we're not a nation. Because for them to be a nation, a people, it means to be naturally connected. The natural connection that they have between them, they feel that they're connected and they belong to the same nation. We don't feel that we belong to the same nation. Only if we reach love of others. Then we start feeling the connection between us. We don't have an ordinary earthly connection on the degree, on the level of this world between us. Thus we're not a nation. We can disperse. And as Bala Sulam says, that only external trouble, pressure, anti-Semitism, it's something that kind of pressures us and organizes us in order to somehow be together. But naturally, we're not connected. Because we were connected above nature. And thus, first of all, we must achieve arvoot between us, and later show all the rest of the nations that they have to also connect such on a spiritual level. To be the people of the Creator means that we shall all achieve this kind of connection. In order to do this, we all have to be in arvoot. Yes, so on.
Well, this term of mutual guarantee, as you said, in time of, let's say, sorrow or war, you do feel that there is such a thing, let's say, in the nation. Missiles fall in a nearby city, and then people feeling nearby, they begin to worry. People start moving cities and stuff, and there's a sensation of general responsibility.
Very limited, extremely limited. In between us, much less than among the people of the world.
Well, I'm not really sure what happens in the rest of the world, but I know here in Israel, if there's a time of war, you do see people tending to help each other more, especially between populations and classes, and you see that it's out of fear. People feel they can't rely on anyone. I know, let's say for me, my greatest fear is to take my car to the car shop, to the garage, because I feel that they're going to steal from me. It's just an example, because how can we awaken this feeling of sorrow also when we're not really in such a state?
Impossible. It's impossible. We can't be connected unless the external negative force obliges us to.
So how can this thing happen that's written here, that we have to be as a gateway, the sparks of purity to shine to the whole world and so on?
So either, God forbid, we will be pressured such that once again we will enter the same state like we were during the reception of the Kabbalah, to be one man and one heart. And if you don't do it, this is your burial place, one of the two. Then, against our will, we accept this condition, for we have no choice. Or we achieve this on condition that we disseminate Kabbalah, and through this inspiration which we achieve through the reciprocal connection, and we perform many such actions like we do during the bonding, and eventually you light it up and it ignites and you say, I want it. Even without great external pressure, even though each and every one does feel the pressure, because what happens? I'm not achieving anything. I invested my whole life in it, and what do I have as a result? And so on. Pressure exists. Not, God forbid, tragic pressure like could be. But nonetheless, the pressure is there, and if many people start performing self-scrutiny, they can achieve a decision that we have no choice, let's go for it, and that's it. And thus it says about this, by path of suffering or by path of the light. And it means that we'll have to keep to this condition and achieve arvoot. Though our only problem is to leap above cross this step and receive the reforming light to know how to work with it for the very first time. Afterwards, it doesn't matter what happens. Afterwards, there will be other problems and things, but that's already along the way, when we're already on the other side of the barrier. There, the revelation of evil is necessary in order to achieve good. But for the time being, right now, that I'm in a state where I'm like a fish or a dog or a cat, and I have no idea what it means to be man, Adam, that's the problem for me. Later, man's soul shall teach us. Then I'm like a small kid, I look at the grown-ups, I'm in the very same nature, same form, I have whom to learn from, I reveal these things, it's something else. Here, I'm cut off completely, entirely. Beyond the machsom, I see out of my soul. The soul is a part of divinity, of godliness from above. From it, I see divinity. To a certain extent, I identify it, I see it. It's like a kid that studies from the grown-ups. It means man's soul shall teach us. I also, from my soul, can learn from the Creator, because I'm a small part, as a part of divinity from above. I can learn from Him. I'm part of everything.
How can this thing carry out, this being all in this mutual guarantee in the nation? Because, like, if you can't feel that you can rely on a person to be in this mutual bond with him,
we have no choice. In the group, we'll have to be guarantors that I think that I'm certain that I understand that I have no choice, that in order to achieve spirituality, without any calculations, I have to be connected in my desire to others. I don't have to be connected with them in all of their different fields in life, in his side one's family and his grandma and his work and his household matters. No, but I must. In every desire of his for spirituality, I must be a guarantor for him to have it. What does that mean? We're together in one mechanism. Here we have the Creator, and here's my friend. I'm responsible for this friend to want to achieve the Creator. This is called arvoot. Rav writes, in one circle, I, and in the other circle, friend, and in between there's arvoot, and up above it says Boreh, Creator. You, I, we're all responsible for each one to want to reach the goal. How can we do it this way? Because what is his desire made of? Who designs his desire for the Creator? We do. We can do this. If we think about a friend not to deviate from the path, for him to want spirituality, he'll want it. He has no free choice. The environment will influence him. That's undoubtedly, and thus we're in arvoot. I have the power to oblige each and every one. Thus, I sign. The main thing is my decision. for me to constantly want to think about others for them to reach spirituality, and they also sign for me, and in such a reciprocal arvoot. This is called reciprocal arvoot. It's not I'm responsible towards others, but it's reciprocal, and reciprocally we achieve a state where we have power, because in the connection between us we have a divine force.
This is clear, right? Look at this. If each and every one is in an environment that obligates him to think this way, it just happens. Everyone with respect to all the rest in that part. So then surely each of them has no choice and they think only about the goal. And surely each and every one of them can sign upon this, can guarantee this. Because who's that individual? He's a result of what the others think of him. This is where we get the ability to sign this arvoot. We don't understand what force we have here in this that we're together. This is a godly force that is found to be in our connection. And also in the influence of the environment upon men. All these conditions, these laws of nature that we're learning, they give us the very foundation for arvoot, for this sign. Well, you said that it has to come to the whole world, but let's not go so far. Let's start closer. When will be the time that in this small country of Israel, a person will walk on the street and feel that others are in a mutual guarantee with him? Well, that depends on one hand. As I drew in this sketch, people have to reach despair, suffering. On the other hand, the point in the heart, something that will draw them upwards. Suffering and despair, I don't want to bring that to the world, right? But I can scrutinize this matter to light it up. This I do want, and that I can bring about by circulation. Yes. Continuing what Oren just asked you, David from Ariel in Israel, he says, how can we reach arvoot if there is such a separation in the nation, such division? Why do we have to speak about the nation and people? Oren says something right. Let's concentrate on something very small. Let's talk about what we can do between us, right? Why are people asking about this whole reality and thing? These are beyond your borders. You have no obligation to bring it to the world, to the nation. You have an obligation to sign this arvoot within your group, so that everyone will incorporate one within the other, and this to promise each and every one of them to reach adhesion with the Creator. You don't need to start this in considering the world and everyone. Just concentrate on what the Creator places before you. He gave you the group. He places your hand upon the good fate and says, take this, so take it. No, you're saying, no, I don't want this, I want more. Continuing this, Moti from Karyona says, well, I understood I have to incorporate with my group, but how am I supposed to work out with my family, people at work? People are not related to this. Like everyone. Look at their attitude towards one another and continue that same attitude. Very simply, as a common, ordinary citizen, someone nice, yes, somewhat generous, be nice. We have a question from Moshe in Israel. He's asking, the Creator is an arvoot with us as well? Well, He fulfills the arvoot. Where else do you think you have the force to fulfill it? If you wish to perform this condition, He's the one who performs it for you. Dima from Kazakhstan is asking us, what do I need to do if I don't feel my friends arvoot in the group? I don't feel I receive such arvoot in the group. Well, awaken them. Awaken them in this. Tell them that without this condition, we're not going to reach anything, guys. Let's begin to think about it. Let's begin to form it as the obligated goal, which is close to us and is truly standing close at hand for us. I also had a question. You said a very important condition is that it has to occur at one time. Everyone has to agree in one shot, and together they receive the light. Yes, this signing is collective. So let's say 10 people and 9 people want it, and one guy is not ready at that moment. I mean, how do you get to that state that everybody wants it together in one time? Well, it's a sign that their desire, the rest of them, is also incorrect if they can't obligate him. That's what I would say. There is a necessity here to come to such an impression, an obligation, such that no one shall remain where he would be outside this importance. It's a sign that they're not really ready yet themselves, actually, if this is what occurs. Well, let's say me, or any one of the people listening to this lesson hears this. Who's it dependent upon, me or them? I don't know, people with me in the group. Is it dependent upon them? No. Begin with yourself. It depends upon you. Begin with yourself and begin to awaken them. You will then reveal that there is no them. It's all you. Just you were given this task of seemingly awaken them, so that you should come to check that you truly want this arvoot 100%. You come to realize there's nothing outside of you. Well, connected to this, maybe we can read something. We have a passage here we prepared from Baal Sulam's introduction to the book of the Zohar about each and everyone's individual responsibility. Do not be surprised that one person's actions bring elevation or decline to the whole world, for it is an unbending law that the general and the particular are as equal as 2 peas in a pod, and all that applies in the general applies in the particular as well. Moreover, the parts make what is found in the whole, for the general can appear only after the appearance of the parts in it, according to the quantity and quality of the parts. Evidently, the value of an act of a part elevates or declines the entire whole. Exactly, Rav says. Each and every one of us has to say, the whole correction of the world is dependent upon me. I'm the only one here who has free choice here to realize this. I don't place my dependency upon others. I have to realize if I don't want it, they won't want it, because they're parts of my soul. Yes? Let's let the old man speak. Well, according to what we just learned here, I understand Kabbalah is not making miracles, yes? It doesn't heal people, right? The doctor has the right to heal, we say. So Kabbalah doesn't make us rich, you have to work. It doesn't bring a person out of depression, I don't know. It says that, all Kabbalists have seemingly suffered. Where did you read that? I don't remember speaking about that. You always find these things. You said that the Kabbalah doesn't deal on the corporeal level at all. Why would a person want this? I mean, the Creator placed him in this world. I'll tell you what. First of all, it's incorrect that Kabbalah can't improve our life in this world, because this world is a direct result of the spiritual world. If a person yearns for spirituality, then this world will change for the good, for the better. And if you yearn for corporality, this world won't change. The whole goal is to raise a person to the degree of the Creator, to tie with godliness. That's the purpose of the wisdom of Kabbalah, and not to simply improve our life here. That's the goal. But if you do begin to come close to the Creator, the result of this is that your life in this world will be arranged in 100%. That's it. This is let's say it's the side effect. Yes, a positive side effect. Well, maybe we can read the last passage before we end the lesson. Bala Sulam compares the goodness of the whole world and the individual. He ties them together. This is from the article Peace in the World. Do not be surprised if I mix together the well-being of a particular with the well-being of the whole world, because indeed we have already come to such a degree that the whole world is considered one collective, one society. Meaning because each person in the world draws his life's marrow and his livelihood from all the people in the world, he is coerced to serve and care for the well-being of the whole world. We have proven above that the total subordination of the individual to the collective is like a small wheel in a machine. He draws his life and his happiness from that collective, and therefore the well-being of the collective and his own well-being are one and the same. Well, in hope that we'll come to a state where we can really realize this, let's sing together.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים